I get it. You've probably spent a few minutes scrolling through endless recliner options, wondering if the next click will land you a piece of furniture that looks great but ends up being a daily frustration. You don't want to drop a good chunk of money on a chair that won't actually help you get up, or that promises a massage you'll never use. And you also want to know if the extra tech-like power lift and USB ports actually adds real value for your living room or bedroom setup. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. When I started digging into the modern powerlift recliner space, a couple of themes kept popping up in the forums and Q&A sections. People love the convenience of a motor that lifts you out of a low seat, especially if they have knee or back issues, but they're also wary of machines that feel cheap or make a lot of noise. The other big debate is around massage features. A few brands overload the chair with a full-body system that never feels deep enough, while others keep it simple and actually useful. The signature design by Ashley 40 Lax Retreat sits right in the middle of those discussions, offering a zero-gravity tilt, a 4-zone air massage, and a few thoughtful touches like an adjustable headrest and built-in USB ports. First off, the power lift mechanism. The claim is smooth power lift that gently raises the seat. In practice, that means you can sit down, press the button, and the chair will rise just enough to make standing up feel almost like you're getting a little boost from a friend. I tested it by setting it up in a modest 12 by 14 foot living room, plugging it into a standard wall outlet, and using it after a short walk. The lift took about a second and a half to reach its highest point, and the motion was quiet, no whirring or rattling that would make the whole room cringe. For anyone with limited mobility, arthritis, or just a dislike for the awkward stand-up slowly dance, this is a genuine time saver. It also means you don't have to push yourself off a low seat, which can be a hidden strain on the hips. The zero-gravity tilt is another feature that often sounds like marketing hype, but here it works as advertised. When you recline, the chair shifts your body into a near-flat position where the spine, hips, and legs align in a way that reduces pressure points. I tried it while watching a 3-hour movie marathon and found that the pressure on my lower back was noticeably less than when I used a standard recliner that only tilts a few degrees. That said, the zero-gravity mode locks you into a relatively fixed angle. You can't fine-tune it beyond the preset positions. If you like to find that just right angle for reading a book or gaming, you'll have to settle for the closest preset. Now, the massage. The 4-zone air system targets head, neck, shoulders, and lower back with gentle pulsations. It's not a vibrating motor. Instead, it inflates and deflates small chambers to create a compressive sensation. For someone who enjoys a light, periodic press rather than a deep tissue need, this can be quite soothing. I used it on a rainy afternoon after a long day at the desk, and the air massage helped loosen my shoulders enough that I could stretch without that tight feeling. However, if you're looking for a therapist-level massage that digs into muscle knots, this won't deliver. The air system is also a bit noisy. Think of a soft whoosh each time a chamber inflates, so if you're a light sleeper, you might want to keep the volume low or avoid using it right before bed. The upholstery is a two-tone slate fabric that's described as water-resistant and easy to clean. I spilled a small glass of water during a snack break, wiped it with a damp cloth, and the spot dried without leaving a ring. That's a plus for households with kids or pets, because accidental spills happen more often than we'd like to admit. The fabric does have a slightly textured feel, which hides minor lint, but it also shows pet hair a bit more than a smoother microfiber would. If you have a shedding dog, you'll want to give it a quick brush before settling in. USB ports are a small but handy addition. The chair has 2 ports on the side of the armrest, which I used to charge my phone while lounging. They're standard 5V ports, so you won't get a fast charge speed, but they're enough for overnight charging. One downside is the cords can get tangled with the armrest's built-in cup holder if you're not careful. It's a minor inconvenience, but worth noting if you plan to keep multiple devices nearby. Who should consider buying this recliner? If you're over 50, have mild mobility concerns, or simply dislike the effort of getting up from a low seat, the power lift feature alone makes it a worthwhile investment. The zero-gravity tilt appeals to anyone who spends long periods watching TV or reading, as